Okay, I think someone just in my house just woke up in the middle of the night. It's midnight and I'm filming spooky stuff. When will I learn that this isn't the right time to do this? Never, never. That's the answer. What is up, Brad family? Today we are back again with another very creepy video. I mean, why am I saying... Okay, chair, calm down. Why am I saying that? Like, I'm surprised. This is a horror channel. This is what we do here. And yet I'm still like, oh, we're covering something spooky today. Of course we are. That's what we do here. Today we are looking up some of the scariest experiences people have had in the middle of the night. Like some of the scariest things that they've seen with their own eyes, with their two own eyes. Or maybe one. I don't know. Maybe they only have one eye. But yeah, it's gonna be scary. So let's get to it. I opened the curtains and watched two clowns walk down the street on the sidewalk in front of our house. One night, I woke up at around 2 in the morning, just super thirsty. I went downstairs and got something to drink and went back to my room. I decided to look out the window just to check on things. I mean, I do that all the time, actually. Like, out this window, I'm, like, constantly, like, peeping out of my curtains. So, like, my neighbors, if they ever see me, are gonna think, like, I'm super weird. Then again, if they're staring at me in the middle of the night, they're super weird, so. I opened the curtains and watched two clowns walk down the street on the sidewalk in front of our house. I didn't sleep well after that. Maybe your neighbors are clown enthusiasts and they were having like a rager. That's the only rational explanation I got there, but yep, that's pretty creepy. That's pretty creepy. I woke up, this man was running away from my window with a devil mask on. What? Once when I was 12, I was sleeping. I used to keep my windows open at night. I heard a loud thud, which woke me up. This man was running away from my window with a devil mask on. Wow. What would have happened if they hadn't woken up? Because clearly that person was going to come in through the window. Ooh, wow, okay. Let's just be grateful that they woke up and thwarted whatever was on that other person's like agenda for that day. The little white face in the barn. I work on a dairy farm and just the other night I had to clean the milk barn by myself. No one else was on the property, and as I was cleaning, I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye. That is scary. Ooh, that freaks me out the most because it's like you think you see something, you go to look and then it's not there. Ooh, it's like it's playing games with you. It looked like a little white face about knee height that was just staring at me. I saw the face near corners in the barn, and when I turned there was nothing there, as if what I saw had just ducked around the corner. Then when I went out to open the gate to the corral, I heard someone yell at me, even though everyone else was gone. I, a 21-year-old man, called home for my dad to come help me finish up and calm down. But my parents were out that night and no one answered. I finished and went home, then had to sit there all by myself until they got back. Bud, I like how you're like, I was a 21-year-old man, like, you're too old to get scared? No. I don't care if I'm 80. If something like that happens, I'm freaked out and I'm calling my mom. Oh, wow, they are brave. Because I would have probably just been like, haha, deuces, and like just left. Wow, that is terrifying. That is so freaky. Oh, that is so freaky. They really didn't move other than some swaying back and forth. Okay, that's a title. I remember back when I was in university, I was watching zombie movies one night. It was about 3 a.m. Perfect timing. And I went to get something to drink from the kitchen, and there was this person standing in the middle of the road at the end of the street. They were far enough away that I couldn't make out anything about them, just a shadowy figure. I watched them for about 15 minutes, and they didn't really move other than just some swaying back and forth. I finally decided my imagination was getting the best of me and decided to watch another movie. I don't understand, bud. Like, how? Besides, like, the scary factor, if I saw something, like, kind of, like, swaying back and forth in the middle of the road for 15 minutes, I would just kind of think they're drunk, especially, like, if you're, like, in a college town, you know? After the movie, I went to the kitchen window again, and sure enough, the figure was still there. This time, a car drove by, and the figure shuffled a few steps after it, then stopped. Whoever it was gone when I woke up, but it creeped me out enough that I still remember it 10 years later. How were you just, like, sleeping and okay with someone's outside? Like, they're not that far from you, bud. How are you just okay with this? I would not be able to sleep. I probably would have just called the cops in case, like, it was just, like, a drunk person or someone, like, that is maybe, like, mentally ill, someone that needs help. I almost want to say, like, brave to the point of stupid. But maybe also you should look out for people. That's terrifying though. I like, of all the times I check out my window at night just randomly, if I were to ever actually see someone, I think I would scream. I'd scream and wake up everyone in the house and scare them away and then probably call the cops. A man with his arms crossed just staring at us. My husband and I were driving from Denver to Lake Powell a few years ago. It's a 10-hour trip and we thought we'd drive through the night so we could have more time there. The drive was fairly boring without a lot of cities or lights, but there were plenty of cool rocks and mountains around. It sounds very nice. As we were driving through Moba, Utah, we had to slow down a bit while on a curvy road with a steep drop-off on the side. Oh gosh, I hate driving on the side of mountains. That terrifies me as someone that lives in Florida where everything is flat. When I was driving and like a few feet over, there's just a steep drop-off to the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, that was my nightmare. I was literally living a nightmare driving in Blue Ridge. But it was beautiful. But anyways, back to the story. It was probably 2 or 3 a.m. at the point and we hadn't passed another car in a while. But as we came around a curve, we saw a car pulled into a clearing about 15 or 20 feet off the side of the road. The headlights were off, but standing next to the car was a man with his arms crossed, just staring at us. It was the creepiest thing ever. Pure fear kept us awake for the rest of the trip. Okay, yeah, that is terrifying. I would, though, think that the person broke down. So I don't know if it's just me being naive, but like I would have like not gotten out of my car because you don't know the person, but I would have like slowed down and like cracked my window and asked if they needed like a phone or something. Maybe he was staring at you and glaring at you because you guys just drove past and he was broken down on the side of the road. He just stood there staring at me with no expression on his face, motionless, void of life, except for his black, hungry, terrifying eyes. Okay, well, this is gonna be quite the story. When I was about 11 or 12, I rode the school bus with this tall, skinny boy that lived down the street. He was my age and known in the neighborhood as the cat killer. Okay, that's a serial killer in training, bud. On the bus and in school, he would stare at me with these cold, unblinking, wild eyes that sank deep into his pale face. Why was no one helping him? Like, oh, the site just crashed. Okay, the site just crashed. That was creepy. Okay, yep, we're getting out of that site. That was creepy. Okay, yep, apparently we weren't meant to read that story, so. Son calls father by name, then warns him. My old coworker had a son that was in his mid-30s, and he had a son named Hunter that was 4 or 5. She said that Hunter would have bad dreams and that he would sleep with his dad when he got scared. One night he woke up because he heard Hunter calling him, but he was calling him by his name, not dad. So he went to his room and he was asleep. He woke him up and said, "Hunter, you were calling me. Is everything okay?" Hunter said, "Dad, when they call you, you're not supposed to answer." And he fell back asleep. That just sent a shiver down my spine. He asked him about it in the morning, but he said he didn't remember saying it. I get chills when I think about it. Yeah, but I get chills too. Holy moly, that is terrifying. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not a religious person, but I'd be calling somebody that can deal with that because I think you got a demon. Little kids and demons, man. They just like invite demons into the house. Brother follows sister downstairs and disappears. When I was about 13 years old, we lived in an old house and my dad was too lazy to renovate any of it. It had some creepy aspects. I woke up one day and went to the washroom and I heard something creaking. Do you guys see how like I'm holding my hands because like I'm genuinely so scared of these stories? Back to serious. I woke up my older brother and he went down to check it out. As soon as he touched the lowest step, the creaking got louder. When we went into the room we thought it was in, the creaking stopped. It was a storage room and there were just random junk in boxes that we haven't got around to opening. My brother checked out all the boxes while I checked the corners of the room and we found nothing. We assumed it was some mouse or something and went back upstairs, with my brother leading the way. But when I turned a corner to go up the stairs, I couldn't find my brother. He wasn't behind me either, and I freaked out. So I ran upstairs to his room and he was sleeping. I woke him up and asked how quickly he got to his room, but he asked me what I was talking about. He couldn't recall our trip downstairs. I slept in my parents' room that day. I'd be sleeping in my parents' room for life. Wow. Oh my goodness. No. No. What was that? What was it leading him to the basement? Was it the thing like messing with him and like wanted to scare him but then decided to not take it any further? Was he trying to like show him where his body was hidden behind the walls? Girl hears shower turn on, finds no one there. That's actually happened to me before. Like I've been home alone and all of a sudden I'll hear like the pipes run, like full on, like it'll be loud because the pipes are right, like the water heater and like the pipes are like right on the other side of my room. And like sometimes I'll be home alone and like I'll hear that and like that makes me jump every time. I mean, clearly like apparently everything makes me jump, but when I'm home alone, I instantly like do like the little SpongeBob meme, like, ooh, and like think someone's like in the shower. But it's like, why would someone break into your house and take a shower? I feel like if someone breaks into your house and takes a shower, they probably really need that shower. I woke up one night around 1 a.m. when I heard the shower was on. I first thought it was my brother since he works night shifts, so I thought he had come home late and was in the shower. It went on for about half an hour until I got up and went to see what he was doing. No one was in the shower. My brother wasn't home yet, and I was the only one in the house. Still to this day, I have no idea how it turned on or who did it. Almost 5 years later, I still think about it. I would not ever feel comfortable taking a shower in that house ever again. Yo, I'm getting so scared. Man feels something holding his foot. I think about that all the time. Like before bed, like when I'm just about to doze off, I think about that all the time, and then it'll like wake me right back up. Ooh, I once woke up in the middle of the night and thought I felt something holding onto my foot, which was sticking out of the covers. That's where you messed up. Never have your foot sticking out of the covers. I looked over but didn't see anyone, so I went back to sleep. A little while later, I woke up again with a distinct feeling that someone was touching my foot again. I didn't see anyone. I thought to myself, maybe I should get up and turn on the light. But then I swear I heard the voice say, there's no use. The light is burned out anyway. In my half-dazed stupor, I accepted that and went back to sleep. So when I woke up in the morning, I thought, that was weird, and reached over to turn on the light. It sparked and made a loud popping sound and burned out. I realized the voice had been right. How could you go back to sleep with that? You know, I say I'm a baby a lot in these videos, but to be honest, maybe I'm just smart. Maybe I'm just smarter than everybody, because I would not be okay with that. My family was staying at the haunted hotel in Savannah, Georgia. It was an old hospital during the Civil War or something like that. My brother and I were sharing a bed. The first night, I woke up to him smashed up against the headboard. What? No noise and movement at all. When I asked him what he was doing, he said he was afraid to move because he wasn't entirely sure if he was dead or paralyzed. He woke up to the enormous pressure and was pushed up against the headboard. That freaks me out, and I refused to share a bed with him again out of fear of another ghost attack. The next night I was sleeping with my sister and she rolled over on top of me. I kept trying to push her off, and when I noticed she wasn't anywhere near my side of the bed, I almost peed my pants and then watched TV until the sun came up because F ghosts. Wow, that's a lot. I love how as a sibling you'd be like, oh, the ghost picked you? Deuces, I'm not sleeping with you then. That's pretty funny. Like that. That is such like a true sibling thing to do that I actually believe the story. So they intentionally stayed in a haunted hotel. Interesting. I would like to visit a haunted hotel for like a ghost tour, some spoopy vibes, you know. But no, I'm not sleeping there. I would not close my eyes for any extended period of time in a place that's said to be haunted. I'm keeping my eyes peeled, okay? I'm looking every which way and keeping all the lights on. Okay, well, there was a lot of scary stories we just covered today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up so I know you liked it. I want to hear more terrifying ghost stories of, well, these weren't ghost stories. Well, I mean, a lot of them were ghost stories. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Yeah, I'm like max scared right now. I'm on like max paranoia level, so I'm not gonna sleep tonight in fear that something like this is gonna happen. If anything scary has happened to you that made you wake up in the middle of the night or that you saw like as you were dozing off, let me know down in the comments. Share it. Let's share our scary stories. I think that'd be really fun. And until next time, keep up the radness, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye, guys. You guys think I'm joking when I say, oh, I'm too scared to sleep. No, it is 12:30. I'm not sleeping anytime soon.